Yes, hello and welcome to Etihad Stadium. This is a game of a different kind, an exhibition match between Melbourne Victory and Los Angeles Galaxy. No prizes for guessing who's the star of the show. Well, let's check those lineups now. The balancing act for Mehmet Durakovic is to respect the occasion, but also have the weekend's crunch match against Adelaide United in mind. That being the case, Harry Kewell, Marco Rojas, Fabio and Lee Broxham have all been rested. Fringe players Danny Allsop, Tom Pontiac, Isaka Cernak and Diogo Ferreira all get a taste of the limelight. For the Galaxy, the last game of a long year and the last of the end of season tour sees Bruce Arena freshen up his side with two changes to the team which started in Manila last Saturday night. Omar Gonzalez and Frankie Heydrich get a rest, Todd Donovan and Adam Chrisman get a chance, but the big three of David Beckham, Robbie Keane and Landon Donovan all start. The referee this evening is Strebre Delovski. One from three, the Galaxy against A-League opposition. Can they square that up at two apiece against the Victory here tonight? That's one of the many questions to be answered over the next 90 minutes. Alongside me for this one, Robbie Slater and Robbie, I mentioned Robbie Keane and Kevin Muscat being teammates at Wolves all those years ago. You were there. Any inside stories?
Well, I wasn't there long enough, Michael. I don't think I was there for about 7 weeks and before I came back home to Australia to finish off my career. But at that age, he was only 17, Robbie Keane, but you could tell he was about to burst into the first team, which he did the year after, and he never looked back. But what a wonderful opportunity for the fans here in Melbourne to come and see a true, genuine superstar of the game, a man that transcends the game. And also Robbie Keane, Landon Donovan, just to mention those two as well.
Here's Birchall, way down the right-hand side. Chris Birchall, international player for Trinidad and Tobago. Number 8 for the Galaxy. Cernak to the Victory. Not too much on it for Archie Thompson. Back in cover, AJ Dalagaza, the two central defenders for Los Angeles. Hernandez, here's Allsop. He'd love to get on the score sheet tonight. He's precious few opportunities in the Hyundai League this season, Danny Allsop. Now Donovan for the Galaxy. Already a nice open feel about this one. Beckham, early release. It's McGee on that far side. He bends it into the near post. Adam Chrisman was the target, a youngster who scored 2 goals against the Philippines on Saturday night.
Well, as you said, nice and open to start off with. Beckham with a couple of passes, but that one, thought actually they'd gone out for a goal kick, but Chrisman just unable to control it.
Here is Beckham, nice height on the ball. That's what we've come to know and expect.
Well, that's the trademark, his technique in crossing the ball. And people often ask, what was David Beckham best at? We were at one stage at the height of his career, he was the best right-hand sided player in the world, without a doubt.
Cernak. Thompson. Hernandez. Allsop looks to play the return. Plenty of room now on that far side for Fashini. Here's Brebner. Fashini's continued his run, just beaten to the punch by the byline. Well, Robbie, it is a friendly game. It's an exhibition game. I think the focus from both sets of players will be probably to avoid injury. But when you look at this Victory side, you look at the likes of Allsop and Cernak and Diogo, it's an opportunity to press their claims for selection when it counts.
Yeah,
so they might have perhaps a little more motivation than others.
Well, without a doubt. And it's, look, Victory, not the best start to the season. Everyone knows that. And this sort of game, well, it's better than training. You'd rather play a game than train, and what a game to play in. And they lost in Newcastle, somewhat unluckily on the weekend. We talked about the penalty not given for the foul on Archie Thompson, but just let this go with Danny Allsop.
Allsop shifts it onto the left boot, and then the right. He's not been given the space to shoot. Pontiac, now Cernak clips it in. Thompson, big chance for Archie Thompson. Good save from Saunders in the Galaxy goal. Hernandez dispossessed on the edge of the box. Beckham Down the line, looking for Chrisman, cut out by Vargas. Away goes Diogo Ferreira.
Well, you said open. Well, you can't get more open than that with it camped inside the 6-yard box. And good movement from Danny Allsop, was able to hang on to the ball. What a chance that Archie will be kicking himself for not finishing that off. It was a good save from Saunders, but he should have finished it.
Fernandez. Pontiljac. Another of those Melbourne Victory players who's seen very little game time this season, Tommy Pontiljac. Beckham. It's Chrisman running through the middle. It's a clever run from Keane. You want to get it on that left boot, you would imagine. Tries to play the ball pass with Chrisman, and the shot from that left-hand channel forced a decent save from Ante Kovic. I think that was Mike McGee.
You can see what he was trying to do. He was trying to bend that to the top corner. Little pass from Robbie Keane was intercepted. Wonderful technique from McGee.
Mistake by Vargas. Birchall's shot screwed across the face of goal.
Well, the Archie Thompson tries a good ball from Cernak, beats the last man, and he's just trying to place that one. If he goes across him, he scores. This is the shot from McGee, good technique. And Kovic, safe hands.
Prebner. Fernandez. Trying to get back there was Birchall. Now Cernak. Thompson.
Yeah, good try. Good work again from Cernak. Flowing move. It's very open in that midfield. Cernak shapes there. Gets it to Archie Thompson. He's going away from goal, so it's very hard to swivel and get that one on target, and he just couldn't control it.
Beckham.
It's a little bit sloppy on the left-hand side there. McGee saying from Dunovan, one of the best of passes. And this sort of game, he saw the chance there at Archie Thompson, where he's had a couple, the first one being the best. Great opportunity for your confidence if you can play well in this sort of game and take that into their big match they've got here on Saturday night against Adelaide United. I was talking to Mehmet Durakovic only half an hour ago, and he's very much concerned with that game, and that's why he's rested those 4 players you talked about.
Here's Donovan, picked up by a delightful ball, but his touch let him down. Not used to seeing that from a very tidy player, Landon Donovan, who, as I touched on before kickoff, had a pretty public spat with David Beckham a couple of years ago. Made the comment in a book that he felt that Beckham was taking the MLS and the Galaxy for granted by shooting off to Europe at every opportunity. The response from Beckham was that the criticism was unprofessional. Not often you see 2 teammates in such a public difference of opinion. They've settled that difference. Donovan apologised for his public comments but didn't retract them wholly. Here's Thompson with a delightful ball to the back post. And Danny Allsop lunged at the ball and fell pretty awkwardly as well.
I think he got his boot stuck in the turf. You can see him patting it down there. Good run. Trademark Archie Thompson run from inside to outside. Gets him behind, and there you see Archie. Danny Allsop, he had his foot stuck in the turf, literally. Decent ball in. He's stretching for it. In fact, it was his knee.
Yep.
Certainly took a chunk out of the turf here that Eddie had.
Danny Allsop unquestionably would be disappointed that he's had precious few opportunities this season. Particularly given the struggles the Victory have had in terms of their consistency.
Yeah, but like you said, this is the opportunity to have a good performance, put it in the mind of Mehmet Durakovic. Look, I'm pretty sure with the Victory, the way they've started the season, I mean, into round 10 on Saturday, so we're well into it, that he's not really convinced or settled on his first 11. And it looks like he might get his chances tonight, because that back four of Jordan, Dunavant, and Franklin and De La Garza played very square in this opening period.
Here's Cernak. Well, the team with the early chances, aren't they, Melbourne Victory? He'll be rather disappointed with the finish, Isaka Cernak.
Well, it opened up for him. So much room in that midfield area. He just glides past one and he completely shanks the shot, screws off the outside of his boot.
Beckham. It's too long for Keane. It's a subject we touch on occasionally, Robbie, the comparative standard of the A-League and the MLS. David Beckham, when questioned on that subject yesterday, was diplomatic, suggesting they're fairly similar. What we're seeing out there, of course, are the current American champions, albeit on an end-of-season tour. But given the history of these tours over the last 4 years, and the fact that the A-League's leading the all-time count 2-1 in terms of the games, maybe we've got a bit to be proud of at the moment.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said they are tour games for the LA Galaxy, and said this is their third in 6 days. So, look, it's very difficult to compare leagues in the MLS and the under A-League. I think it's just great that we are comparing, because they're way ahead of us in respect to the age of the competition.
Donovan, Birchall. He's got McGee free on that left-hand side. He goes near post again, looking for the angled run. In it comes again. Layer with the initial header. And the second one, Cernak. Hernandez. Oh, that's a rusty pass from Tommy Pontiac, giving it away to Beckham, who goes for goal. Wow! David Beckham inside his own half. Well, he's on another level, hasn't he, with that right boot? That was almost a stroke of genius.
Well, it rolled back the years to Selhurst Park when he was at Manchester United. He scored a goal in a similar position. And you'd have to say, it's sitting here, it did lift the hairs on the back of the neck.
Thompson for the victory, slides it in. Allsop got it stuck under his feet. It was a one-on-one otherwise. We're going to get goals in this game. We're going to get some goals, I reckon. Beckham. Two Galaxy players offside, Chrisman and Keane. There's a different opinion about that decision than the assistant referee, quite clearly.
Well, Beckham with the ball, and as they go.
Might have the case there, Robbie Keane. Might have been Fashini who was keeping him onside. Party poo for the linesman.
Well, what a moment that would have been if Beckham's had gone in. Wonderful technique. And it was instantaneous when he picked up the ball. He lifted his head. He saw Kovic off his line. Kovic was beaten for all money.
Here's Brebner. Hernandez. Tracked by De La Garza. Gets some good movement off the ball from Pontiac. He chips it towards Allsop. It's come off the top of his head. Cernak. Hernandez. First shot blocked. Second shot goes in. The Victory take the lead, and it's a moment to enjoy for Carlos Hernandez.
Well, they got caught square again. Down that right-hand side, the ball come across, and it missed Danny Allsop. And Cernak had the presence of mind to find Hernandez. He got two bites out of it there. They play square, they get caught out, goes over Allsop's head, actually gets a touch. Now Cernak sees Hernandez. He goes first time, gets a second chance, just a shimmy of the hips, and he buries that one. Saunders with no chance. Wonderful individual goal from Hernandez.
Yep, there's plenty of quality out on the pitch at Etihad tonight. Hernandez as good as any. Now the Galaxy are chasing the game. They're behind on the scoreboard. Thanks to that fine strike from this man, Carlos Hernandez. Asking too much of Allsop and Sean Franklin across there in cover.
Well, they're so open in that middle of the park, and Hernandez is just playing in that free roll in between the defence and the midfield. And I think the LA Galaxy would be best advised to maybe sort that out, because he's going to cause you problems all evening.
Cernak. Allsop. Still going, Danny Allsop. He's run into a cul-de-sac. He's getting through plenty of work here, Carlos Hernandez. He's loving this occasion, isn't he? Costa Rican international, not such a regular with his national team these days. He's had plenty of experience against American opposition in the CONCACAF region over the years.
I see that sloppy. Good possession, it's just an unforced error. This is where you want to, in this sort of game, in this sort of atmosphere, you want to do the right thing, pick up the right habits.
Donovan. Beckham. He's coaching the fullback, Brian Jordan. Bends it in. Wonderful height, wonderful curl. Adam Chrisman, who scored 2, as I mentioned, in Manila last weekend. Won't get much better service than that.
Well, that's his trademark. The way he crosses the ball, he doesn't try to beat his man, and Chrisman does well to get across layer, just couldn't direct it on target. Look at that for a ball, picks him out. Beckham, where the move he came from, bend it like Beckham, and the saying, that's what he's so expert at doing.
Pretty relaxed, Bruce Arena, as well he should be, having guided the Galaxy to the championship. First in 5 years, their 3rd in total. Still one behind Washington DC United in terms of the most MLS championships. It's pretty important though that the club got back in the winner's circle, given it's Beckham's last season at the home Depot Centre in Carson, their home ground. Beckham, incidentally, made the MLS Team of the Year this season, as did Landon Donovan. So he's finished on a high, whichever way you cut it, David Beckham. That was important to him. They've got the free kick here, the Galaxy.
They're very much so, finished on a high, right, exactly right. And speaking to a few of the Galaxy officials before the game, they want to keep it. And it's not out of the question that he may still be in a Galaxy shirt next season.
Bent in by Beckham. It was Vargas with the header. Galaxy have it back. It's a shot from fair way out. Chris Birchall. Yeah, well, he didn't commit yesterday to where his future lay when pressed on that matter at a media conference, but there's very strong mail that he'll be in France with Paris Saint-Germain. $1 million a month is the contract offer for the next 18 months. They've got plenty these days, PSG. New Qatari owners. Imagine Mrs. Beckham would appreciate the shopping in Paris as well, Robbie.
Very much so.
Pondeliak. There goes Archie Thompson with a few party tricks.
Well, you could just sense he was waiting for this opportunity, was he? Had a few jinks, Archie Thompson. It's pretty much all Hernandez, really. He's had most time on the ball.
That's a wayward ball from Thompson. He's picked out Beckham, who's been forced away. He's been forced backwards towards his own goal. Again, not too happy for moving off the ball from this man, Brian Jordan. Eventually the ball's made its way out there.
Well, he had a go at Jordan, but to be fair, it was a poor pass. Whether or not he should have taken the space, he probably should have. It still wasn't there to play.
Here's Keane. Slides it through. Almost been kept in by Birchall. McGee, here's Birchall. Keane.
No, it's
Well,
just
they've committed numbers forward, the Galaxy, and if the Victory get the runs timed right, they've got a chance to counter here. It's 4 against 4 for the moment. Allsop. He goes for goal, why not? Straight down the throat of Josh Saunders. Player challenged by Crispin. Machini lumps it up to the halfway line. Donovan. Franklin put under pressure by Allsop. They're controlling this mostly, Melbourne Victory. Robbie, we've talked about what the fringe Victory players want out of this. What would Mehmet Durakovic be looking for from this exercise?
Well, certainly the players that are the fringe players to perform and give him a headache if you want for selection, and also for his a lot of his starting 11. That's sloppy again for Roddy Vargas. He's done that twice. But for his first team players, inverted commas, you know, be looking to certainly for no injuries. Told you I had that conversation with him. He said he's definitely going to be changing most of his players at some stage. Like a pass that is from Beckham. Just makes it look effortless. 50-metre pass.
Donovan. Doing justice to the delivery he got from Beckham, and here come the Victory again through Hernandez. They've got numbers once again, Melbourne. Good run from Thompson, great pass from Hernandez, decent save from Saunders. Thompson has it back, Cernak got it all horribly wrong.
Well, it's twice he's miskicked the ball, Cernak, and once with his right foot, that with his left foot. He had to take it quick. Archie Thompson again with that run. They get caught square again. Thompson in behind. He just tries to flick this one past Saunders. Might have let it go for a corner, keeps it in. Finds Cernak. Had to take it quick. Off balance.
Looks to be a useful goalkeeper, Josh Saunders, and his form is the reason that Donovan Ricketts, the Jamaican international, has left the club. He departed the Galaxy just before this tour. He's joined the new MLS team, Montreal Impact. That's because of that man, Josh Saunders, who is now #1 choice. Just over a year ago, of course, the Galaxy were in Australia. They lost to the Newcastle Jets 2-1. As I mentioned earlier, 4 years ago, they also lost to Sydney FC 5-3. Beckham is fouled by Hernandez, but there was a win in the middle of those two, and that was against the Wellington Phoenix 4-1. 31,000 people at Westpac Stadium that day. The first goal of the match, Robbie, scored by our good mate Ross Aloisi as Beckham bends in this free kick. So Ross did get, in fact, the Beckham shirt from that game. He still hasn't framed it. He hasn't got around to it quite yet, but certainly a memorable occasion for him. Ball comes in from that left-hand side. That's good defending initially from Adrian Leia. Victory doing well to play it out under pressure from the back. Here's Brebner. Mondeliak. Now Hernandez. Funneled out to Allsop. Ferreira getting forward on this left-hand side. Allsop under the right boot, and again he's picked out the keeper.
Well, finishes up off with a shot from Danny Allsop. And like the last one, straight at Saunders, and he was very happy that one was straight at him. That started all the way back in the right back position from Archie Thompson, of all people.
Nice turn from Allsop to get away from Birchall.
And then he just needs to play it simple. Good turn, and ball wasted.
Another radar-like delivery from Beckham. Brebner. Got himself into difficulties there. Closed down quickly by Keane. Keane playing off that front line on a lot of occasions and searching for possession. Here's Diogo Ferreira for the victory. Now Brebner. Shaped for the shot. Went for Hernandez instead. He was out muscled by Franklin. Now it's the Galaxy's turn to counter with numbers. Space on that left-hand side. Shot couldn't beat the first man.
Yeah, better options there.
It was Mike McGee.
Yeah, McGee on the left-hand side. He's onside.
Hernandez. He's got it right this time, but Allsop's isolated and forced wide. Needs to keep possession here, Danny Allsop. Thompson. Allsop gets it back.
That's 3 in a row from Danny Allsop. 3 strikes. Straight at Saunders. Didn't get any power into that one then on the left foot. He was very isolated, wasn't he? They're so square at the back, LA Galaxy. And
Keane. Here's McGee. Brian Jordan on this near touchline. Now Franklin. Birchall. It's been a possession play from the Galaxy. Donovan. Tracked by Brebner. He gets away from his man. Birchall. Jordan. Beckham. Well, it was looking like it was going to be a good cross, and Chrisman stumbled at the critical juncture.
well, it was a good cross. First time, a lot of tail on it, and he just, well, he lost his feeding, didn't he? His footing, rather. That was a pretty good chance because he'd come across, he'd got in between Leia and Foschini.
Might be finding the victory defence a little bit tougher than the Philippines national team was on Saturday night. He scored a couple off the bench, Adam Chrisman.
This is the problem where they're very open. See that distance from the attack to the back four, it's just so open.
Hernandez, lovely ball. Cernak! Osaka Cernak doubles the lead for the victory. It's been coming.
But what I don't understand, we've said it for the opening half an hour, how square they've been, how many times the victory have got him behind, especially when there's that much room in the midfield, and Hernandez picks the ball up and he's running at the back four with no pressure on him, and they're still square. And when there's no pressure on someone coming through with the ball like that, surely he should be dropping off. But they're trying to step up. Cernak through the legs of Saunders. That's good for his confidence, Cernak. He needs that. It's a good finish in the end. Anything around the legs there and you're likely to score. If they keep playing square like that, they're going to get embarrassed here, LA Galaxy. And I don't think that's what everyone wants.
Well, Bruce Arena said before the team left Los Angeles, I'm not sure results will matter too much. Hopefully we'll all come back in one piece. I guess if the Victory get a couple more goals, he's got his pride, Robbie, the coach.
Well, of course, and they're champions.
Podolyak. For Sheeny, here's Brebner. Tangle of arms and legs between Danny Alsop and Chris Birchall. Again, that's that quick free kick tactic from the Galaxy. Robbie Keane, lovely feet, gets rid of Leia. Keane. Kovic comes up with the save. Donovan, maybe that second goal has sparked the Galaxy into life. Donovan, Keane again. Come off Vargas, still with the Galaxy. Donovan trying to work an opening. It's all pretty tight in there. He's done well. Here's Robbie Keane. Beckham plays in Jordan. It was Diogo Ferreira who blocked the cross, and the Galaxy have themselves a corner.
Well, that's trademark Robbie Keane. Just so cheeky, so clever, through the legs of Adrian Leia, and all of a sudden he was one-on-one with Kovic, and he was stretching for that. It wasn't the greatest of finishes.
Beckham's corner, headed clear by Leia. Birchall! That was travelling, and that's a penalty. Strebre Delovsky's seen a handball in there. He's got eagle eyes. A few quizzical looks from the Victory players, but the referee was pretty convinced.
Well, he's hit this with some venom, hasn't he? Is that hitting him on the arm? It's Fashini, isn't it? Oh, well, spirit of the match.
Definitely the spirit of the match.
That was a 100% penalty. I think they're disappointed. The booing is not because of the penalty, it's who's taking it.
Yeah, no, Beckham. It's going to be Keane instead.
A bit harsh.
Keane versus Kovic. And Keane wins out. The Galaxy are on the scoreboard.
Yeah, expertly taken penalty. Crowd disappointed it wasn't David Beckham. Robbie Keane putting it away. Now here's the strike. It goes through a lot of players, and there's Fashini there, and it strikes him on the arm, but well, it come out very quickly. Good decision from the referee. And Robbie Keane's super penalty. Just see that hesitation there. Here it comes. Stops. Waits for Kovic to go. Puts it the other way.
Donovan. Beckham. Donovan. Now Birchall. Last 5 minutes or so, the Galaxy have done a lot better at keeping the ball. Keane.
Well, Keane's become a lot busier all of a sudden after that second goal.
Telegraphed the pass, cut out by Cernak. Vargas's clearance doesn't go too far up the park. Chrisman's in there, trying to muscle his way through.
Well, Chrisman's up for it, isn't he? Very physical type of striker.
Hernandez. Based on what happened in Jakarta and Manila, Bruce Arena is going to make a raft of substitutions at half-time. As Donovan looks to get on the end of that ball, and there was no flag. He looked to have been offside there.
Yeah, it was good play, but Kovic just sweeping. As the goalkeeper aware of that ball over the top. And that was a very hard, physical and hard challenge from Jordan, the right fullback, to the back of Cernak. Might have just got their tails up a bit after that second goal. Galaxy, they've certainly looked a little bit more organised since then. A bit more purpose to their play.
I was going to make the point, Robbie, that when Arena makes all those changes at half-time, he certainly, I guess, interrupts the rhythm of the team. He takes off a lot of his regular first-teamers, brings on the bench, and so it's important they do well in this first half in that context, the Galaxy. Here's Allsop for the victory, and the cover defence got across in time. It's been Delagaza. Toiled away in this first half, Danny Allsop, without the reward that he was hoping for.
Yeah, he's had a pretty good first half. This one, the 1-2, trying with Archie Thompson, and that's an impossible angle, although if it maybe got through those bodies, Saunders was definitely going the wrong way. You can see there from that replay, completely off balance. The set piece nonetheless, taken by Hernandez.
Swung away from the goal by Hernandez. Layer's header cleared off the line by Chris Birchall. Hernandez has it back. Now onto the left boot, whips it in. Layer challenges. Victory still in possession. Now Thompson. Brebner. Tommy Pontiac was on his heels there. There is that header.
Yeah, good delivery.
That's good defending from Chris Birchall.
Yeah, that's why you have people on the post. It was a good ball in from Hernandez and a decent header.
Here's Hernandez. Spreads it wide to the left, picking out Danny Allsop. Thompson. Plays it into Allsop. Well, Danny Allsop, he's been banging at that door. He hasn't found a way through, has he? Maybe that was the best chance of the lot.
No, it was.
The old tag team, Thompson and Allsop, going to work.
Well, I thought the chance had gone because I thought he should have played him maybe in there. But a good little reverse pass, and Danny Allsop, he's just leaning back too much. Needed to get his head over that. Right idea, trying to curl that into the top corner. But there you see his head comes up, he's leaning back. There's only one place it's going to go.
There's a free kick for the Galaxy. And we've got to tell you some breaking news, which we'll deal with more on Fox Sports FC after this match. The match tomorrow night between Sydney FC and Perth Glory has been called off. I repeat, the match between Sydney FC and Perth Glory, scheduled for Campbelltown, has been called off. The A-League boss Lyle Gorman will be filling us in on the details on Fox Sports FC, which you'll see after the final whistle here at Etihad Stadium. In the meantime, we're into injury time here at Etihad. It's been a bright and breezy first half between the Victory and the Galaxy. Hernandez. Allsop. And there is that offside flag. Strebray Dolowski ends an entertaining first half here at Etihad Stadium. No goal from that man David Beckham, but we've had 3 goals nonetheless. Carlos Hernandez and Isaka Cernak on target for Melbourne Victory. And from the spot, Robbie Keane replied for Los Angeles Galaxy. Half-time here at Etihad. Melbourne Victory 2, LA Galaxy 1.
Fox Sports presents a rich tale from the Persian Gulf. The race to Dubai. Europe's golfing elite on a quest for the chest of riches. Is world #1 Luke Donald destined to strike gold in the Emirates? Or will Irish superstar McIlroy conquer the sands of time and claim the treasure as his own? The finale of the 2011 European Tour, the Dubai World Championship, begins Thursday live in HD on Fox Sports.
Want to travel to more places for less money? With the Virgin Fly credit card, you'll pay 0% interest on balance transfers for the first 6 months. And you'll earn double velocity points on purchases for the first 3 months. Plus, buy a Virgin Australia domestic seat and we'll give you a complimentary seat on the same flight up to 4 times every year. Apply now at virginmoney.com.au/TV or call 13 21 33.
When there's no time to steam clean, you can still bring carpets back to their best. New Vanish Power Powder removes 5 times more dirt than vacuuming alone and dries within 20 minutes for a soft, fresh clean.
New carpets.
Tick.
New Vanish Power Powder. Deep clean without the steam.
The sports you love. The way they're meant to be played. With your whole body. And now,
Change club. 9 on.
with your voice. You are the controller. 6 new sports with voice control. Connect Sports Season 2. Available now. Only on Connect for Xbox 360.
Invincible, no more.
And the streak is over.
Can Brisbane rediscover their roar?
This is more like it from the Roar.
Brisbane, Melbourne Heart, live and in HD, 7:30 Friday, Fox Sports.
Durakovic, pretty happy, I'm sure, with the performance of his team in that first half. I reckon that Durakovic would be pretty happy if he can claim the scalp of the American champions. Given the ups and downs of the first 9 weeks of the Hyundai A-League season, the pressure he's been under, the pressure he's going to be under again on Saturday night when arch rivals Adelaide United come to town. Is for Sheeny. Rojas, one of the substitutes for the victory. Brebner looking for Giancarlos Solorzano. Franjic, who's replaced his captain Adrian Leia. Confirmation of those changes. McGee off for the Galaxy, Cardozo on. Allsop takes a shot for the victory, still looking for the goal.
Well, I don't know how many shots he's had, Danny Allsop, but they've all gone straight at the goalkeeper. And that one on his left foot, probably even now. 2 on his right, 2 on his left. He's been busy, he's been up for it. Danny Allsop wants to get back into the first 11.
For Sheeny, nice turn from the youngster. Here's Pondeliak. He'll be hoping to get most of the match under his belt. Donovan's been pushed forward in this reshuffled Galaxy lineup by the looks of things. Chrisman is the player who's made way in that particular reshuffle.
Well, that's allowed Donovan to go up front now. He was in midfield in the first half. He's now up front with Robbie Keane. 4-4-2 still.
Donovan. Is Paulo Cardozo, Uruguayan midfielder. Number 30, plays in Keane, couldn't get on the end of the ball. Cardozo came through the youth system at River Plate, biggest club, or one of the 2 biggest clubs in Argentina, but he arrived at the Galaxy a couple of years ago on loan from Quilmes. Uruguayan who's learnt his trade in Argentina. Paulo Cardozo. Here's Donovan. That's hit the heel of Robbie Keane, unlucky there. Lawrence Thomas, the young Victory keeper, makes a mistake with one of his first possessions. Down goes Beckham, off the ball, and there's another penalty from Strebre Delovski. It was contact with Petar Franjic. The substitute gets the yellow card. Is this the moment the crowd have been waiting for? He was unselfish in the first half, Beckham.
Well, he picks up the ball. It's great play from David Beckham. And is that, did it first contact happened outside or is it inside? And there's given the little give and go. It's definitely obstruction, probably just outside.
And it will be Keane again with the penalty for the Galaxy up against it. Different goalkeeper. Will it be the same outcome? A couple of Victory players are still having a word to Strebre Delovski, suggesting it was a generous decision. The spot king, Robbie Keane, the same outcome. The Galaxy draw level here at Etihad. Well, 2 goals from the Irishman.
Yeah, well, he goes the same way. And the same hesitation. He waits for Kovic to move. Kovic thought he might change. And everyone wanted this man to take it. Well, he's the one that earns it. Here's the little give and go. And that happens. It's obstruction. It's outside the box. In the spirit of the game, he would have been one-on-one with the keeper. He gets a penalty.
Here's Hijuk for the Galaxy. Sets it up for Beckham, and that's just gone past the post from the man of the moment.
Well, he tries to curl that, and the problem there, he's gone for the far post, and it's curling away. He hits across it. It's technically difficult to hit that sort of ball. He managed to control it, but because it's got tail on it, it's taking it away from the far post, where it's an open and entertaining game now.
Rojas has picked out Allsop. He sets it up nicely. It's just fallen behind Solorzano.
He went for the little flick, didn't he? Little back heel.
Interesting, Robbie Mel brought up the subject with Harry about the 2003 friendly at Upton Park, Australia's victory over England, and Beckham was asked yesterday what he remembered about that game, and he said nothing. It's a memory he wants to erase. There he is on the ball.
His passing has been first class tonight, David Beckham.
There's 2 goals this season for the Galaxy. Beckham, he's a provider rather than a scorer these days. And it comes from that right-hand side by the veteran Frankie Hijuk. We'll talk about him in a moment. Second highest, I think, in the MLS this season with assists, Beckham. Galaxy's top goal scorer with 12 was Landon Donovan.
Well, with the substitutions, Galaxy now only early in the second half, 10 minutes in, but they're controlling the game now.
It's Cardozo. Donovan. Beckham waited for the run and got it from Hijuk. Better ball in. It's just cleared the head of Franklin, who played the first half as a centre half and had spent most of the second half as a striker. Allsop dispossessed, strong challenge. It's broken for Donovan. He gets away from Brebner. Here's Keane, who's on a hat-trick. Robbie Keane onto the left boot, still going. Sets it up for Beckham, and that is not one for the scrapbook from David Beckham. Or the DVD, should I say. Little wits there from the great man.
Well, you know what he's doing. More difficult position, but similar to Allsop in the first half at the end of it when he tried to curl one to the back post and he was leaning back, and there Beckham with little back lift, but the head was up and he just stabbed at it, really, didn't he? No follow through. And dare I say, a little bit of lack of finesse there on that finish. There's certainly been finesse everywhere else in his game tonight. We're going down there at half-time with Mel McLaughlin doing the half-time. We're seeing all the supporters very close in with the seats in. The enjoyment on their faces and the excitement when they see Beckham is absolutely extraordinary. The impact he has on people. And the big question is, how long is he going to play?
Allsop slid it in, and Solorzano mucked it up. Melbourne, Sidak was there as well. Unbelievable. The goal was open. Saunders was beaten, and two Melbourne Victory players sort of in possession of the ball. Solorzano again. Down he goes. No whistle this time from Strabrain-Delovsky. And there's a free kick for the Galaxy.
Well, Solorzano, did they get lucky there because he slides in, and it's Solorzano. There's no blame there on Cernak. It's certainly Solorzano. There's the touch. There's the one from the penalty. Is that a penalty? It goes down very easily.
Well, it's going to be an early mark for Grant Brebner, the Scottish midfielder. Today his 34th birthday. Happy birthday, Brebs. He was, of course, in the youth team at Old Trafford around the time that David Beckham was starting out, a member of that 95 FA Cup youth winning team from Manchester United. Perhaps his favourite to get the Beckham shirt. After the whistle, he's been replaced by young James Jago, the 18-year-old. 19-year-old, I should say, part of the wider Olyroos squad. James Jago, busy player who Mehmet Durakovic had at the VIS when he was there a few years ago. He slots straight into that central midfield role. Here's Keane for the Galaxy. Donovan leaves it for Beckham. Hijuk overlapping on that far side. Gets the ball back, Frankie Hijuk. Beckham's ball, too flat. Well, that's such a familiar sight, that long head sight of this man, Frankie Hijuk, a veteran of US football. Played in a couple of World Cups. Now 34 years of age. Spent 5 years in Germany. And Saunders comes out and clears from Allsop. Here's Franklin. He's a real cult figure in American football, Frankie Hijuk. A couple of seasons at Bayer Leverkusen as well, so he's got a decent pedigree. What he's renowned for is his engines. He gets up and down like a machine. There he is. He'll be appreciating the service he's going to get from David Beckham, who's now on the ball. Franjic. Poor first touch, picked out by Cardozo now for the Galaxy. He gets it back from Beckham. Ditto from Donovan. Here's Dunovant. That's a confidence booster for young Lawrence Thomas. Fashini. Cardozo. Keane. Beckham. Beckham just clears the crossbar.
Oh, he's getting closer. Set up by Robbie Keane again. Picks the ball up on the right-hand side. Just played off the shoulder of Vargas and finds Beckham. Doesn't take this one first time. And there you expect him to go for the far post. Defender's blocking that, so he goes for the near, and it just won't dip enough for Beckham to get his goal.
Now for Sheeny. Jego. Here's Stevens, the multitude of Galaxy substitutes playing in that central midfield role. Robbie Keane. Beckham. Cardozo the target. Cardozo! I'm not quite sure who got that last touch there. It was brave defending from Vargas. Sean Franklin, who's moved into midfield, almost forced home the cross.
That was pretty good defending. Broke into space for Cardozo.
Donovan. It's been a much better second half from the Galaxy, despite all those changes. They have looked more fluent. Keane. Cardozo.
Well, they've also haven't got the double threat of Hernandez and Archie Thompson there. Hernandez was really running the show.
Well, here's Landon Donovan. Well, he went for the cheeky option, didn't he? The outside of the left boot. Might have been better advised to take it early with the right. Doesn't matter.
Well, what a pass that was.
Lovely football from two high-quality professional players.
The pass from Beckham was the pass of the night so far. Just bent it in behind. Look at this. In behind Franjic. It was a disappointing finish from Landon Donovan, man of his quality.
See Paul Eiffel do that for the Phoenix long ago, so it can be done, but not on that occasion by Landon Donovan. Well, Sean Franklin, who started in central defence and has played the first 20 minutes almost of the second half in midfield, has made way. On comes Hector Jimenez. Petar Franjic gave away that penalty with that challenge on Beckham. Strong play by Brian Perk coming out of the centre of defence for the Galaxy. Donovan again, this time it was good cover from Vargas.
Yeah, good cover.
He's making those penetrating forward bursts now, isn't he, Landon Donovan? And he's getting the delivery that he possibly wasn't getting in the first half.
Well, he's getting picked out. This one was Robbie Keane. And this time he hasn't got time for the strike with the left foot, so he has to use his toe. He uses his right foot, tries to toe it in, but it was good. Vargas across and covering. But they're the team getting opened up and caught a little bit square at times now, Victory.
Beckham's corner. It's cheeky. Has Thomas taken that over the line? No, says the referee, Strebre Delovsky.
Well,
yes, says David Beckham. Well, they're controlling it now, the Galaxy. Beckham stayed on side. He got over the disappointment of that decision a moment or two ago. Want to get another corner. Cardozo. Keane working with Beckham. Now Michael Stevens. Just struggling to get the ball at the moment. The victory. Here's Hijuk. Donovan was turned away from Jego, who did well to block his progress. The Victory have got the ball, but they don't have too many options. Has been worked into Cernak, though. He's got some room. Allsop wanted it. Played it earlier than that. He was starting from very wide there, Danny Allsop. He saw some room to manoeuvre. Needed a better ball from Cernak. Well, young Paolo Retre, who was about to make his Melbourne Victory debut, he's been standing on that sideline waiting for the ball to go out for about 4 or 5 minutes. Hijuk for the Galaxy, cuts inside. Jimenez was caught flat-footed. He's an absolute legend in American football, Frankie Hijuk. Still going strong, still full of running. Player, of course, well known to Bruce Arena from his time with the US national team. De La Garza has been forced into a mistake, and now he's boxed in to the corner, put under pressure by Solorzano, and finally, Paolo Retre can come on for the Victory. 18-year-old from Northcote City in the VPL. His dad, Carlos, was a famous striker for Footscray in South Melbourne in the old NSL.
Well, that's a hairdo, and maybe a word out to Mark Bosnich, who'll be watching on, because Fox FC is coming up after this, and maybe Bosnich can do something similar to his hair. What do you reckon?
It's a statement, that's what I reckon.
Good on him, young kid, why not?
Very versatile player. He's playing it right back by the looks of things. Speaking of Mehmet Durakovic, Robbie, yesterday, the likes of James Jego, who's come on, Paolo Retre, Petar Franjic, who we already know about, very, very keen to bring through a lot more local juniors than perhaps was the case under the former regime. Had 3 or 4 years at the VIS, so he knows all about the talent that is out there.
Yeah, well,
he thinks that's crucial to the progress of this club. Hold your thoughts on that subject just for the moment. Here's Marco Rojas. That was Retre who was caught flat-footed.
Yeah, he needs to do better there, Rojas, and he needs to do better. I think he's lacking a bit of confidence at the moment, and it's been a big move from him from Wellington, and he just needs to make those passes stick, try and get into good habits in this sort of a game, and you'll get plenty of space. But they're great ideas from Mehmet Durakovic, and you can understand the thinking behind that. Look, and if you're talking about the old regime, well, this is a big club and expects success. So you have to be able to find a balance between youth, but Melbourne Victory do demand star quality, and they've certainly had that throughout the seasons, and Ernie Merrick brought that in, and they need to nurture that, and some of that star quality is coming towards, well, the tail end of their careers. Players in their 30s and well into their 30s. So sooner or later, this team will need.
Clever ball from Donovan. He's picked out Jimenez. It was Cernak getting back, who tracked the run. That's good work from Misaka Cernak, who scored a goal tonight. Maybe done his cause some good with his performance overall.
Well, he certainly tracked back well there and make his coach very, very happy. Just opened up. He just hesitated a little bit there. Good work from Cernak. As I was just saying, this team is going to need rejuvenating sooner or later.
Beckham. Donovan. Cardozo. Well, that was a great opportunity for the Uruguayan, who will know he should have done better.
Well, they opened up again, didn't they? Beautiful pass there, and he just scuffs it, really snatches at that. Hit it with no confidence at all, no conviction.
Here's Rojas. Jego. Now Pondeljac. Rattray, good ball, good run. So many white shirts in front of Paulo Rattray there. Tommy Pondeljac didn't get the range right with that first-time ball.
Yeah, they've just lost their way, Victory, in some respects, and all the changes, of course. And it's up to the players, the experienced players. Allsop's, Salors now. I know he hasn't played hasn't had a lot of game time. Cernak coming off now, but it's up for those experienced players to pull these boys through. And they've got a chance here to beat the best from the US champions, LA Galaxy. So that's a big scalp.
Well, another one of those youngsters will get a taste of the big time. It's Luke O'Day, a young striker from Warragul in the Gippsland region. Of course, our cameras were down there at the weekend in Morwell. There was a lot of talk about the potential of this young man, Luke O'Day. See what he can do over the last 18 to 20 minutes of this game. Cardozo offside. Rattray. Well done by the youngster. Pondeljac drives it towards Solorzano. Perk with the header for the victory. Should say the Galaxy, of course. Here's Pondeljac. Chance here for Melbourne. Allsop. Rattray. Solorzano wants it at the back post. Good possession play from the youngster. James Jego lines it up. And again, it's like a magnet for Saunders in that Galaxy goal.
Well, he struck it well, didn't he? Just opened up nicely for him, Jego. Pass there from Rattray. Good technique. Head over the ball. It's right through it.
Beckham's ball is hung in the air, hoping that he'd pick out the run of Jimenez. Now with Pondeljac. 13 and a bit minutes to go. It's still locked up here at 2 apiece at Etihad between the Victory and the Galaxy. If it stays that way, we'll end up having to have a penalty shootout to decide the Hyundai Challenge. Still time enough, though, for either team to grab the victory. Will it be the Victory? Will it be the Galaxy? De La Garza. Stevens. Now Beckham. Still out there. Still toiling away for Los Angeles Galaxy. Only he knows whether this is his last game for the club. That's a delightful ball again. Cardozo. Now Robbie Keane. Advances into the penalty area. Still going, Robbie Keane. It was Franjic who had to time that challenge perfectly. He's already had 2 penalties, Keane. If Strebre Delovsky had blown there for another one, Robbie.
Yeah, well, that's Keane.
He might have trouble getting out of Etihad later tonight.
Yeah, into the penalty box, and that's what he tries to do. You can see he's always trying to work that inside to go on the outside. We've seen it over the years so many times. Now Beckham with the corner.
Interesting that Pondeljac is now blocking that near post. Allsop. Rattray. Cardozo. Donovan. Stevens. Now Beckham. He's got options in the middle. Well covered by Franjic. Rattray again has done well. Is it Rattray or Retro, Robbie?
I reckon it's a challenge to Bozza. Mark Bosnich, can you do that?
Allsop. Donovan. Now Beckham. Cardozo. Keane. Good build-up from the Galaxy. Keane feels he was blocked off the ball by young James Jeggo. You can see the competitive fires still burn deeply inside Robbie Keane.
He's looking for the obstruction.
Here come the Victory. Rattray. Now Solorzano. Rojas is in the middle. O'Day's there as well. Solorzano.
Oh, Robbie Keane, some great footwork and some little give and go, and possibly obstruction there.
I would have called up the other way myself. Here's Hyjuk on the overlap. Well, you look at Frankie Hyjuk, 2 World Cups for the US. You look at David Beckham, former England captain. You look at Robbie Keane, current Ireland captain. Landon Donovan, second most capped player of all time in the US. There's some vast experience still out there for Los Angeles Galaxy as they try to close out this game and get the goal to get the win.
Yep, they've kept all their stars on. In the other games, they've taken them off. 81 minutes now, and they're still there.
Solorzano. Tommy Pontiac. Solorzano. Trying to find a gap where there was none. The Costa Rican. And here come Los Angeles through Landon Donovan. Lovely ball again from Beckham. How many times have we said that? It's been a clinic, really, in the art of
Passing
distribution from David Beckham.
He does that little one, doesn't he? Does he shapes to look one way, does them with the eyes, they call it. The best pass of the night was the one to Landon Donovan, where he tried to take it with the outside of his left foot.
It's going to be another change made by Bruce Arena, and it's a Kiwi who's coming on for Los Angeles, Dan Keat from Wellington. Like a lot of New Zealand players, left his home country at a young age and went through the US college system and ended up in the MLS. He's slotted in at left back, replacing Donovan, who's been out there from the start. Solorzano.
You can just see Solorzano, he's just lacking match fitness, isn't he? Hasn't been a dream move for him. Signed from the Brisbane Roar.
Well, it's another decent crowd, isn't it, for the LA Galaxy here in Australia. 34,608. Not the biggest crowd they've had in their trips down under, but still a fantastic turnout in the middle of the week. In the midst of a busy Hyundai A-League schedule. Those that have turned up are clearly enjoying themselves. They've got 4 goals, they've got some controversy, they've got some sublime moments from David Beckham. The only thing missing, Robbie, is the goal from the great
goal. Exactly, and we've got around about 6 minutes plus injury time. It's not going to be him coming off, it's Robbie Keane. And their biggest stars have played almost all the games, so that's credit to them as well. played longer than the Melbourne Victory stars.
Well, Robbie Keane makes way as he heads to the bench for a well-earned rest. And we're told he's about to give his shirt to Kevin Muscat's daughter, Olivia, who's one of the ball girls here tonight. Nice touch. Here's Donovan for the Galaxy across the face of Lawrence Thomas's goal. And still no winner for the Americans.
Well, the crowd are probably going to like it if there's no winner, because I think you mentioned it's a penalty shootout. If it stays this way, straight away at the end of normal time.
Cardozo, the overlap from Keat. Jimenez, that's come off the base of the post. Hector Jimenez got past the keeper, denied by the frame of the goal.
Well, he didn't really hit it that hard, did he? But what it had is it had the direction. Thomas lost it. He sort of, well, he didn't miss-hit the shot, but he certainly hit across it. Very unlucky not to score. Thomas beat.
There's Rattray.
Well, he is. I'm just waiting for the ball to come out.
Rattray continues his run. Allsop, can the Victory find a victory? Allsop, Danny Allsop. Oh, it's just gone wide of that near post. And we're edging closer and closer to a penalty shootout here at Etihad Stadium.
I think he wants to. Does he want to stay on?
Well, he might know that there is a penalty shootout scheduled. Well, in fact, no, he's not going to hang around for that. So, an enormous ovation for David Beckham. Maybe his last game as a Los Angeles Galaxy player. Maybe the last time we'll see him as a player here in Australia. Almost 35,000 people have turned up to watch him, and he has not let them down.
No, the only thing, you said it, missing was a goal. He's given us so many moments tonight. He's got so close. Well, there's our show reel. Maybe we shouldn't have shown that one, but showed he is human. This one went very close, just wouldn't dip enough. This is, of course, all in the second half. The first half, he had that one. Oh, would have been one of the best goals scored on these shores of all time, while inside his own half.
Rojas. Here's Stevens. Cardozo. Keat. Who's now pushed out to this left-hand side. Well, we've got 3 minutes to find a winner, otherwise we're heading to spot kicks between the Galaxy and the Victory. Stevens. Cardozo. Now Donovan. Hijuk willing as always. Turns one way and then the other. Vargas was well positioned to clear the threat, but only momentarily. Jimenez has it back for the Galaxy. They go all the way back to the halfway line. Greg Berhalter and Brian Perk playing the ball back to each other before they get it up the park. Delagaza. Retro for the Victory. Frenic under pressure from McBean. Jack McBean on for Robbie Keane.
Mr. Bean, is it? McBean.
Pondelyak. Salorzano. Away by Berhalter. Ferreira. Jego. Can they find a way through? Melbourne Victory. Well, they've got a free kick. Perhaps this is the chance I've been waiting for. Frustration from Frankie Hyjuk. But I feel the right call from Strebre Delovsky.
Yeah, definitely. Clearly a foul.
Hyjuk was in there with the challenge. Josh Saunders sets the wall. It's going to be James Jego by the looks of things. That's Jego, and that's catching practice for Saunders.
Well, will there be a winner? It certainly looks like we're heading for extra time, but the Hyundai challenge.
Cardozo, perhaps unless he can fashion something here, the Uruguayan. He's done well. Stevens, De La Garza. They're running out of time here, the Galaxy. De La Garza, still going, deflection. That, you think, is the ball game, as indeed it is. There's the whistle from Strebre Delovsky. We're heading to penalties to decide the Hyundai Club Challenge between Los Angeles Galaxy and the Melbourne Victory. Finished 2 apiece after 90 minutes. David Beckham will not be involved in the outcome. He's been replaced. Spirit of the occasion, Robbie. I know it's not the normal rules, but should Becks be allowed to come on and take a penalty?
Well, he should.
It is an exhibition game after all.
Well, he's clearly not going to. He's looking very comfortable in his seat down there with his teammates.
So the Galaxy have their first choice goalkeeper, Josh Saunders. The Victory have their reserve goalkeeper, Lawrence Thomas. Roddy Vargas to take the first penalty for the Victory. And scores. Straight through the gloves of the keeper.
Well, Saunders got a hand to it, but he hit it with a lot of power and just couldn't get a strong hand onto that to keep it up. There he goes, throws it up. Too much power and maybe just a little bit too much height.
It's going to be Landon Donovan to, we hope, set the standard for the Galaxy. And he struck it against the crossbar. No save required from young Lawrence Thomas. The Victory with the advantage.
Well, it was a bit of a lazy penalty, wasn't it? Sort of stabbed at it. Going for that top corner. Cannons against the crossbar.
Well, the Victory's turn through James Jego. And he scores. Composed penalty from the youngster.
Very good penalty. Nice and confident. Approaches it nice and confidently. Slots that one in the corner. Saunders goes the wrong way. Had a good strike in normal time as well with his left foot. Jego made a good impression.
Jimenez for the Galaxy. He'll need to score, and he sends Thomas the wrong way.
Well, it was.
Hugo Jimenez.
At that point, it was very important to get on the scoreboard to put some pressure on the next Victory taker, and it was, well, he goes the wrong way, so give him credit. Virtually middle of the goal.
It's Tommy Pondyak's turn. The veteran. cool finish from the spot by Melbourne Victory.
Oh, we've got someone running up. It's always a bad sign when you run up to take a penalty in a penalty shootout. Tommy Ponglad, well, that's the side they've gone mostly tonight. Robbie Keane went twice in normal time that way. Most of them have gone this way in the penalty shootout. Saunders.
Well, this is Greg Berhalter.
Berhalter ran up to the ball. He looks in a
been around forever. And that's cheeky. That is very, very cheeky from Greg Berhalter. Well done.
Well, it takes a lot of you-know-what to be able to do that.
37 years of age.
And here comes...
15 years in Europe. That's what experience does for you. And it's Paolo Retre now.
I'm not sure whether the referee's assistant's hurrying everyone up, but everyone seems to be running up to take their penalties. Retre.
And he struck the crossbar. Well, first miss from the Victory.
In a penalty shootout, he's what you'd call snatched at that. He's run it to the ball far too quickly, and he just wants that. He wants it all over. He wants it in the back of the net and get back to the halfway line.
Well, if Stevens scores here, tied up from the spot. And he does. 3-3.
Well, you're talking about David Beckham coming back on in the exhibition match. Should have been able to, we think. And what about Kevin Muscat?
Yes.
No?
Couldn't agree with the ball, Robert.
He was one of the kings of penalty taking, Kevin Muscat, no doubt about that. Rarely missed.
Marco Rojas needs to score. And doesn't. Josh Saunders makes the save.
Well, Marco Rojas, he's hit that, and he's just a player out of confidence at the moment. I know it's a penalty shootout, but it's a nothing hit, isn't it? It's like he really doesn't want to take one, saves it with his legs. But Rojas is a player down on confidence at the moment, and that's a job for the Victory coaching staff to pick him back up.
Well, this could win it. I think it's Paulo Cardozo, the Uruguayan. And he scores, and the Galaxy take home the Hyundai Club Challenge on penalties against Melbourne Victory. They came from behind in the 90 minutes. They came from behind in the penalty shootout. And the champions of America have finished their end-of-season tour on a high. Full-time here at Etihad. Melbourne Victory 2, LA Galaxy 2. The Galaxy win it 4-3 on penalties.
Invincible, no more.
And the streak is over.
Can Brisbane rediscover their roar?
This is more like it from the Roar.
Brisbane, Melbourne Heart, live and in HD, 7:30 Friday, Fox Sports.
Take the most epic journey of all time, from the twinkling of the first star to this present moment. History of the World in 2 hours. Premieres 7:30 Wednesday, December 14 on the History Channel.
Fox Sports experience now loading. This is Fox Sports, Australia's sports leader. This program brought to you by TAB Sportsbet. You're on at tab.com.au. The Hyundai Accent. New motion. Hungry Jacks makes it better. Let your supporter side run wild with Optus. Go online and get behind your team. And James Bogues Premium from the pure waters of Tasmania.
Hello and welcome to Morwell. We're at the Latrobe City Sports Stadium for the first of the community round games of the season. It's between Melbourne Heart and Wellington Phoenix. Well, let's check on those teams now, starting with the home side, Melbourne Heart. John Van Schip makes 3 changes to the side which lost in Gosford last week. Olyroos, Mate Duganzic and Aziz Bajic are back in the first 11, while promising youngster Eli Babalj gets a start after impressing for the last 3 weeks off the named plenty to win over last morning. Pat Kimberley and return to the force had Christmas present. The referee this afternoon is Ben Williams.